If you steal money from your employer, it's called embezzlement and you can go to jail for it. But is there a name for when your employer steals money from you? There is. It's called wage theft, and it's been described as the crime wave no one talks about. Common ways employers commit wage theft include refusing to pay overtime, paying workers less than the minimum wage, withholding tips, taking illegal deductions from workers' pay, forcing employees to work off the clock, or simply not paying workers at all. Wage theft is more widespread than most of us realize. Researchers estimate that these illegal practices could take as much as $50 billion a year out of American workers' pockets. That's more than twice the cost of all the auto thefts, burglaries, and other property crimes committed across the country every year combined. Wage theft also robs federal and state governments of billions of tax dollars, and it creates a competitive disadvantage for those employers who play by the rules by paying their workers fairly. The workers most affected by wage theft are also the most vulnerable. Immigrants, people of color, the less educated, younger workers, and those already earning poverty-level wages. Industries with workers most likely to be robbed of their rightful wages include agriculture, poultry processing, janitorial services, fast food, retail, home health care, and garment manufacturing. One recent investigation of the garment industry in Southern California found that of the contractors working for clothing companies like Ross Dress for Less, TJ Maxx, and Forever 21, fully 85% had violated wage and hour laws, with many paying workers as little as $3 an hour. The Department of Labor will collect $1.3 million in back wages for these exploited workers. Other well-known companies that have been charged with stealing employees' wages include Subway, McDonald's, Staples, Farmers Insurance, Levi Strauss, and, not surprisingly, Walmart. Enforcement of wage theft cases languished under the George W. Bush administration, but since Obama came into office, the Labor Department has pursued cases much more aggressively. In the past year alone, the Labor Department ordered employers to pay more than $266 million in back wages to 283,000 affected workers. But that's all likely to change under the Trump administration. Trump's choice for Labor Secretary is fast food industry CEO Andrew Puzder. Puzder's company, CKE Restaurants, owns the Hardee's and Carl's Jr. burger chains, which has itself been named in multiple class action lawsuits for wage violations. After just one recent investigation, Hardee's was forced to pay $58,000 in back wages to 456 workers. Now Puzder will be in charge of policing low-wage workplaces for the same violations his own company has committed. So while the chances that the Trump administration will investigate or enforce wage theft cases, or that a Republican-dominated Congress will pass stronger anti-wage theft laws are pretty slim, workers will still have some recourse available to them. Many states, cities, and counties have enacted their own laws against wage theft, and where they still hold power, Democrats have generally shown a commitment to fighting for workers to receive the full wages owed them by employers. But unfortunately, the day when those greedy employers will face arrest and jail time for the crime of stealing money from their workers remains, for the time being, something we can only dream about.